Hey guys, welcome back. This is me, Sal Mahajan, and this is our second video of the Azure 101 series. And in this video, we're going to be covering about Azure pricing. So basically, what pricing model does Azure go with? So the main pricing model that Azure goes with is called pay as you, as you go. What does pay as you go basically mean is that the number of resources that you use or the number of services that you use according to that is what you pay. So basically, you do not have any upfront costs, but you would have to pay the bill at the end of the month. And this is basically the pricing model that is used by Azure and also all of the other cloud service providers in the market. So you pay as you go. The amount that you use is the amount that you're going to pay at the end of the month. So for example, I only use two VMs, so I have to pay the cost for the two VMs at the end of the month. Azure does also have another two more pricing models. One is called 1 year reserved, and we have another thing that is called 3 years reserved. So basically, what does 1 year reserved and 3 year reserved do is that assuming that you let's say that we require two VMs for a whole year, we need it for all the 12 months. Um, what we can do is we can opt for the 1 year reserved. So what happens is Azure will basically charge you every month for the two VMs, be it you use it or you do not use it. So this is actually beneficial. 1 year and 3 year reserved is basically beneficial for services or companies or organizations that require an instance for the whole year, for the year long, or for 3 years. So they can basically reduce their cost. And as you can see, basically you have a 1 year reserve. Again, you do not have any upfront costs, but you have a monthly bill that you are required to a minimum monthly bill that you are required to pay on monthly basis, even if you do not use the two VMs that you have requested for 1 year reserved. Um, the advantage I would say of 1 year reserved over pay as you go is basically assuming that you do need the two VMs. So you could go for the 1 year reserved. It will cost you, it'll be way cheap compared to pay as you go model. And of course, the 3 years would be even cheaper than the 1 year reserved. So I have the Azure pricing tape calculator open over here. I think it's a bit zoomed in so you guys can see through. So this is the pricing calculator. Again, I will put in the URL down in the description so you guys can head over and play around. So let's take, for instance, we want to create a virtual machine. So I can click on virtual machine. You can see virtual machine has been added. I can scroll all the way down and you can see we have a virtual machine over here. We can put in any name that we want to. So you don't need to get worried about all of these things that's been stated over here. We will be going in detail about all of this. So basically, what we are interested is over here. So as you can see, I spoke about the pay-as-you-go model. So we have the pay-as-you-go, we have the 1 year reserved, and we have the 3 year reserved. As you can see, 1 year reserved gives you approximately about a 32% discount compared to as a pay-as-you-go model, and a 3 year reserved gives you about a 57% discount. So you're getting about you're saving about 57% on a 3 year reserved, and then so basically, as this is a high instance, high compute power, we it's getting about 152. Of course, if I go and I change our instance, like I would go something. Let's go with about this. It comes about $14 a month. Again, we do have 1 year. We do not have, as small instances do not have the 1 year and 3 year reserve. That's only available on instances from B onwards. So that's here again, you can see $42. If I would go for a 1 year reserve, it comes down to see $27. Whereas I would be paying $42 a month. This results to about $27. So, pretty cheap, I would say. And that's basically about Azure pricing. I'll just come back up once again. You can go through the various different things. As I spoke in the previous, we have various different domains, compute, networking, storage, web. Maybe you want to deploy an app service, you want to have an API management, you want to do CDN, or, you want to have web sockets, Azure communications, databases, whatever. You could go through, you can select anything like Azure Cosmos DB basically is for NoSQL. It comes down. You can choose your regions and everything. You can choose a pricing tier and you can get your estimated cost. Again, I would like to reiterate this is an estimated cost and not your final cost, as your final cost does depend on various different factors on how you use the service, what services you use, mainly your bandwidth. So I think for app services, you have about 5 GB of free outbound bandwidth, and after that, they start charging you on per GB basis. And another thing is that data sent to the data to an Azure data center is completely free. So hope you guys did understand about the Azure pricing. Just to reiterate over the points, we have three models, that is pay as you go, 1 year reserve, 3 year reserve. Pay as you go is the major model that is followed by every single cloud provider. Assuming you do require an amount of instances for a year or 3 years, then you do go for the 1 year reserve, the years reserve. The disadvantage of that is that assuming that for any point of reason you stop using those virtual machines, you are still liable to pay the amount for the remaining amount of months left, no matter what. But in pay as you go, you can basically only pay for what resources you use. So hope you guys did like this video. If you found this quite good, please make sure to leave a like, do subscribe, and comment other topics that you would like me to cover. Hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.